Some of the members of our terrific crew in the truck, you might recognize some of them from post office walls. But they're great people, and we love them.
Oh, amazing crew. Amazing crew. Great season with them all.
2 minutes to play. 2nd and 12 for Fitzpatrick. This one's going to go deep, and the catch is made by Devontae Parker. Inside the 30 at the 29, maybe the 28.
Well, Fitzpatrick's had confidence in Devontae Parker this entire game, attacking Stephon Gilmore. That time putting it up high where only Parker can go get it.
Parker, 124 yards receiving today.
2 timeouts. Dolphins still have in their pocket, so plenty of time.
Fitzpatrick looks the other way this time, and that's caught by Parker once again. And Gilmore meets him with authority. It's been quite the battle between those two today.
Well, it has been, and it's always interesting the approach that you take as a quarterback. It's the approach you take as an offensive coordinator when you have a dominant player like Stephon Gilmore, who coming into today's game was tied for the league lead with 6 interceptions, led the league with 19 passes defensed. But you have a receiver in Devontae Parker that you have confidence in. And if that's the thing, as a quarterback, you go to that guy you have confidence in, and it's played out that way today.
Fitzpatrick, 295 yards throwing on the day. Fitzpatrick now throwing and overthrowing, had to get rid of the ball in a hurry. 1:10 on the clock. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Kyle Van Noy and Jamie Collins bringing pressure off the edges, collapsing things to where Fitzpatrick has to step up into the pocket and really just delivers it to throw it away. Had he been given a little bit more time, it looked like Ford was getting some separation, and you maybe could have made a more accurate throw or attempted to make a more accurate throw, but really just had to unload it. This is 4-down territory. I know this is 3rd down, but it's going to be, I would anticipate, man-to-man coverage. Parker's lined up in the right slot with Gilmore over the top of him.
Fitzpatrick coming across. He's got his man. That is Albert Wilson. And Wilson with a 1st down.
Now you may want to consider hustling up and spiking the ball, maybe saving a little bit of time or getting something called quickly here because you're down under a minute now. You still have the 2 timeouts in your pocket, so looks like they're just going to call a quick play at the line of scrimmage and save those timeouts.
45 seconds to play. Fitzpatrick throwing outside. That is caught by Parker, and Parker out of bounds inside the 10. They'll place it at the 9, stops the clock with 35 seconds to play.
Well, and if you're New England, you do have 3 timeouts in your pocket, and so people may be thinking, why not use one of those timeouts to stop the clock and try and preserve? The reason why is because it's a 4-point lead. If it was a 3-point lead or less, where you're thinking a field goal is going to make a difference, you know you're going to make it back, but the Dolphins have to have a touchdown to win this game, so you're trying to do everything you can to keep them out of the end zone. It doesn't matter how much time is left. You're not anticipating giving up that touchdown.
2nd and 2. Fitzpatrick throwing, and that is to the 5-yard line and caught by Isaiah Ford. That's enough for a 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal. And timeout on the field. Miami uses its 2nd.
Yeah, Brian Flores ran all the way down to the 5-yard line just to grab the attention of the officials to get that timeout as quickly as possible.
How about this scenario? 29 seconds on the clock. New England wanting this win to secure a 1st-round bye. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 315 yards throwing on the day.
Well, and you have 4 shots from the 5-yard line to get it into the end zone, and you do still have 1 timeout in your pocket. So it doesn't, all 4 plays, if it takes 4 plays, don't have to go into the end zone. If you decide to do something, how many trick plays have we seen today? 4 or 5? Misdirection, trick plays, running back passes, wide receiver passes. What did the Dolphins pull out here with the game on the line?
Fitzpatrick throwing over the middle. Touchdown! Mike Gesicki.
Well, the stadium got real quiet real quick. Gesicki lined up to the right. All three receivers out to the left. Ryan Fitzpatrick plants it and fires it. He just works to the outside, does a little stick. Chung can't get his left arm in there to knock it away. Can't say enough about the way Ryan Fitzpatrick has stayed today. He stayed in there, taking heat all day with the hits he's taken. Continue to fire away. Over 300 yards passing on the day.
Big extra point here for a 3-point lead. Jason Sanders' kick is good. Mike Gesicki, second-year tight end, and we have a penalty marker down.
Well, now you're Tom Brady. Josh McDaniel, you're over on that sideline, 24 seconds. You have all three timeouts. You're just going to try and get into some kind of position based on the return and how much time the return takes up. Get yourself in position to try a long field goal to potentially send this into overtime.
Our second lead change here in the last 3.5 minutes.
And this is the difficult thing if you're Brian Flores, if you're Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator.
The result of the play was a successful 1-point try. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense, number 71. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So the penalty was on Danny Shelton. Let's go back to the touchdown and a picture-perfect pass from Ryan Fitzpatrick to Mike Gesicki.
Just the quick slant. Gesicki's lined up to the outside as you see Fitzpatrick get fired up with his lineman. Chad O'Shea, offensive coordinator, with a big hug for Ryan Fitzpatrick. He almost knocked Flores on the ground. he was fired up.
Remember last night, I asked Ryan Fitzpatrick, do you want to be the quarterback of this team next year? He said, yes.
He's having a lot of fun.
Oh.
He's having a lot of fun.
Miami has not won at New England since September the 21st of the 2008 season. Meanwhile, that's what Tom Brady has done where game-winning drives are concerned.
And Greg, I don't kick this out of the end zone. I make him return it and use up some time, but it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen. Why not kick it higher, boots it along the ground, make him, you're already that much closer. Go ahead and tackle him down inside the 20, make him use up some of that time. But now all of a sudden,
here comes Tom Brady.
Tom Brady has an opportunity with 3 timeouts to get the Patriots in position to try and extend this into overtime.
Nick Folk has a career long of 56 yards. Brady over the middle, tipped it incomplete. 20 seconds on the clock.
So that's incredible. It looked like they were going to go a 3 cloud where they're going to have 3 deep and then cloud the corners, try and keep everything over the top. But they ultimately ended up bringing the 2 outside guys down inside and made them as a double robber. That's who almost came up with the interception. But because of that, they let N'Keal Harry go down the sideline, and it was just missed.
On 2nd and 10, Brady throwing over the middle, and that is complete. Edelman, his second catch of the day. And they stop the clock with 15 seconds to play. The Kansas City Chiefs own a 10-point lead on the LA Chargers.
which weighs heavily on this game.
Ooh.
New England will have a home playoff game next week if they're not able to come back and win this with the Chiefs up by 10.
Brady with time, throwing this side of the field. Nice defensive play made by number 30, Nate Brooks.
Excellent job by Brooks, another one of the rookie corners.
Pass intended for Philip Dorsett, 2nd and 10, 9 seconds on the clock.
Two timeouts in your pocket. If you do complete it into the middle of the field, you have to tell your receivers you need to get down. You can't waste too much time. You could end up running the clock out.
Brady pumps, then goes deep down the far side of the field, incomplete. N'Keal Harry, the intended receiver. 2 seconds on the clock. This is a Miami Dolphins team, week 2, that fell 43-0 to the New England Patriots. And they are on the verge of coming in here and handing the Patriots a tough loss, denying them a first-round bye and forcing them to play next week.
Yeah, the timeouts don't come into play now. 2 seconds isn't enough to get into field goal range. You have to get into the end zone here. This could be a multiple lateral. You're going to call a timeout now just because you're running out of time, but
New England takes their second time out of the half. 30 seconds.
But it's going to be one of those multiple lateral type things.
I don't think you can say enough about how this Miami team has come in here and played this afternoon.
You know, we talked about it with them. We actually talked about it with Bill Belichick and just how it's a different team than they played in week 2. And you got to give credit to Brian Flores for what he's been able to do as far as keeping this team focused after that incredibly bad start to the season. Started off 0-7, as we said, week 2, lost in a blowout fashion to the Patriots, but they kept this team close. They've continued to work and grow and implement their program and are setting the foundation for what they want to get accomplished here over the next couple of seasons.
Here we go. Brady to the side. Edelman throws it back. The ball is loose and being tossed around, and still being tossed around. Watson, Edelman, and again, now a lineman, and now Sanu before he's finally brought, nope, still alive. And there's the end of the game. And look at these Miami Dolphins celebrate.
We asked Brian Flores how it was going to be coming back to New England, coming back to Foxborough, where he spent the last 15 years with the Patriots. This has got to feel good for him.
What a performance by these Miami Dolphins.
Now the Patriots have to regroup. No bye week for them.